It's the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, Jonathan Couch Racing, and new Caney ISD auto instructor. Later, a look at the automotive news headlines this week. We got lots of them, too. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. It's a beautiful day here in Houston, Texas.
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And,
won't you be my neighbor?
Yes, and tomorrow is Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner down in the Fountains.
Yep.
I'm planning on taking the Corvette down there if I can get it in gear.
How's the battery holding out?
Battery's doing good.
Thank you, Richard.
Richard did that. But somehow, some way, it's not shifting gears.
What?
I've got 1, 3, and 5 available to me.
Or you can get to the Fountains with that.
And that's what I plan on doing. And then next Wednesday, it's going to go over to Carolina.
For its fluid changes?
Yeah, fluid changes.
For its diaper change?
For its oil change and filter and state inspection sticker. And she's going to have the boy over there look at it and say, you're going to have to leave it with me. And I hope that it's not something serious. Because I've spent a buttload of money on that car this year. And I'm ready for all of that to end and for me to be able to drive it again, because it's been one thing after another. But somebody that knows all about that, his name is Jonathan Couch, and he's with Couch Racing and the new Caney Independent School District. He's the auto instructor over there.
Yep.
He's a jack of all trades. Maybe I should bring the Corvette out there to you, Jonathan.
Oh, maybe. What is it?
It's a C5 with with a 6-speed manual and a new clutch.
Yep.
Yeah. You good with that?
Oh, maybe.
You don't know.
You say you lost second?
Well, I haven't lost it. I just can't get the shifter to make it go into second.
Oh, I see.
Or
well, what you been doing with it?
That's always the right question, right?
I know that is the right
What'd you do, beating it up?
I wasn't beating it up. I took it to check on a flat again.
Uh-oh.
And now it's going to have to be Mr. Morris. He wants your attention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A flat. And so I took it in there waiting for some nail or something that I'd gathered up. Guess what? I was not able to find anything in there. And I will tell you that what they did found is more corrosion on the wheel bead again. So what that means is that I'm going to have to buy some new wheels, because this is the second time this has happened. So,
you might be able to bring it to a wheel company.
well, I've got to talk to
get them to clean it up.
Yeah, I've got to talk to Mr. Gray.
Clean it up and seal it.
Well, they've already done that. They've already cleaned it up once. And I think it's beyond cleaning up, because I felt that bead and its corrosion to the point where I don't think it can be sealed unless they, weld it and grind it and all that. Do I want to do that? Do I really want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. If I'm going to spend that kind of money to do that, then I think I'm just going to buy some new wheels. The question is, what kind of wheels?
I was going to say, talk about spending more money. You'll easily spend $1,000 plus buying wheels for that car.
I know that.
If not closer to $1,500.
Yeah. Or if I go the carbon fiber route, then God knows.
You're not going to go carbon fiber. You don't want carbon fiber wheels.
They sure do look good.
They do, but you damage one, it's $3,000 a wheel.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to spend that kind of money.
Nope.
Yeah. So then going to look and see what kind of wheels are available for the Corvette, because it's two sizes. The front's smaller. Yeah. What'd you say, Jeff? Staggered fit. Yeah. Or just be staggering around. Staggerly.
Well, that's where Mike, in his area, where he lives.
Yeah, the staggerly.
The brown water stagger.
Yeah, I got it. So Mr. Zekin over here is going to help me find the back spacing on these wheels.
Oh.
Because I'm going to have to find wheels that fit the car.
Correctly.
And I don't want it sticking out of the wheel wells and having problems with all that. I don't want any of that. No. Just give me what I got out there, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I know the size of the hoop. They're 18s and 19s, I think.
Always start at 0. Yeah, because that's what we did on your Corvair.
Yeah. Well, then that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what the offset is
Yeah.
on those. So we have to find that out.
Well, anyhow, we have Mr. Couch on.
Yeah, sorry, we got kind of off subject there, but
It
I'm
happens.
sure you're familiar with this kind of thing because you got a bunch of teenage kids that love to put big tires and wheels on their cars.
Yes, sir. That's common.
And that's the
I was
answer.
I was going to tell you, if you, if you're really strapped, you just go find a C5 at a dealership late at night sometime and
Yeah, no.
grab yourself.
Hey.
No, and the problem with that is I really don't want stock wheels on it because the C5 stock wheels, not too appealing to me.
The original wagon wheels were some of the ugliest wheels
Ugly,
they
yeah.
ever
I
made.
like wagon wheels.
No.
All right.
So we're not going to do that. We're going to look in the catalog. As a matter of fact, when I was over at
Always.
Discount Tire getting the tire fixed, well, what I thought was going to be a fix, all they did is slap it back on there and say,
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen. I was looking through the wheel catalog,
Oh, gosh.
which is about an inch thick from every wheel manufacturer in the entire world that they could put on your car there at Discount Tire.
Today.
Today.
For a price.
Yeah, for price.
So Jonathan, what kind of wheels y'all run in your race car?
Well, right now, the race car we have in New Caney High School is a 95 Beretta, and a 95 Beretta in every sense of the term. It's not a tube chassis car that looks like a Beretta. It's a 95 Beretta that someone put a cage in. So it's still got stock wheels, stock wheel studs. Basically as stock as a 95 Beretta can be, just with a lot of missing parts.
Well, that and have you done anything to the motor?
Not yet. So actually, while we're sitting here, I've got one cylinder head in the machine already. Here's one that's done. I did a
Nice.
fancy big valve job on it. And I've been, of course, this is all educational, right? So I've been teaching the kids that sometimes factory parts are your best friend for cheap racing.
Absolutely.
And in the early 2000s, for a 95, the upgrade was bigger intake valves and a cylinder head redesign. Well, we have a die grinder, and we bought factory valves for 2000 something Chevy Malibu, and so that's what we cut the valve seats for. And so that's one upgrade we've done, or in the process of doing.
Now you say
But
you teach the
Go ahead.
kids what you're doing. Do you teach them to actually do the machine work?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of it's just instructor-led demonstration, as we like to call it, because there's a lot of money tied up in those tools, and the machinery itself can get away from you pretty quick and tear stuff up beyond repair. So they'll stand there and observe me do it. We have a vertical mill at school that I'll use to do that with. This one's actually getting fixed because someone went a little too far with the die grinder, so I've got to fix it now. The students are part of all of that, and I try to make them as part of everything as I can in the process, even sitting down to look through old parts catalogs to find parts and those kinds of things.
So, what kind of race car are you building?
It's called a mini stock. So it's any front or rear wheel drive V6 or 4-cylinder powered car. I guess you could run a V8. The trick to this class is it has to weigh what it does and what it has in cc's in the engine. So if you wanted to run a 350, that's fine, but the car has to weigh 5,700 pounds. If you want to run a 3,100 like we're doing, the car has to weigh 3,100 pounds. If the car's got a 2.3 liter in it, it can weigh 2,300 pounds. So it's a pound per cc, which pretty well self-limits the class. A lot of Ford 2.3s are in the class. A lot of Volkswagens run in the class. It's really pretty neat, but the engine rules are wide open, so you could do just about anything you wanted so long as the car weighs what the engine size is.
So,
Okay.
Jonathan, who you got next to you there on the screen?
Wyatt?
Wyatt's here. Hey, Wyatt, have you heard from Guillermo this morning at all?
He just texted me. He said he just joined, but I don't know.
Well, I haven't
Okay.
let him in
All right,
because
well.
I did not know he was coming.
So, what is
I'll
your
let
part in
Bob
this,
go.
Wyatt?
I'm like the pit crew basically, and anything that happens to the car, I'm there.
You're
to fix
the
it.
pit crew, one-person pit crew. I like it. How easy is the Beretta to work on?
So far it's been a bit of a challenge, but it's still fun, like learning how to do all this stuff and machining and all that.
So you're new to this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you in this program?
Like what do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Sophomore, junior, senior.
Oh yeah. I'm a senior. I've been in the AutoTech program for like 2 years, so I'm not new to working on cars, but new to working on race cars, definitely.
okay. And so Jonathan is teaching you the difference between a street car and a race car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the blend of the two.
Is the car still streetable?
No,
It's
no,
not.
It's not.
Okay.
No. There's no lights. There's no signals. There's no horn. There's no airbags.
Not a single luxury.
Right.
That shouldn't matter.
Like turn signals.
That doesn't matter.
So I guess it has a roll bar in it, and I assume that it has
No glass.
no glass. I mean,
Lexan.
it's a real honest to God race car. Where do you race this?
105 Speedway.
Oh,
So
the
it's
dirt track.
Yeah.
It's a dirt track car. I got you.
That's right.
And
Yep.
what class is that?
Mini stock.
Mini stock. And
Yes.
and who is the driver?
Guillermo Gutierrez so far. He just joined us.
Guillermo.
Very good. And Guillermo, how old are you? What grade you in?
Uh-oh. Can't hear him.
I can't hear you. Check to see if you're muted on your end.
Nah.
Well, the Lemons races.
There you
There
go.
you
Yes, we can hear you now. So
Yes, I'm 18. I'm a senior, so
you're a senior as well.
And you're the one that's
Yes,
posed
sir.
out on the hood of the car in the pictures on Facebook?
yes, sir.
That's it for all the girls to see.
Yeah.
Going, ooh,
He's
I
laid
want to
out
date
there,
that
yeah.
race car driver guy.
Gotta show them the goods.
I like that.
He's got the
Malibu.
style. He's there. He's ready.
He's got it. Okay, well that's good. That's good to know. So, did you have any driving experience in a race car before this course?
For legal reasons, no.
Okay, I got it.
So-
I get it. Yes.
Okay, so technically, it was my first time in a racetrack. It just I was very new to it, and the way it happened was actually kind of funny. There's this guy. His name is Jason Christensen. He brought his daughter's car, Piper Christensen's number 27, a mini stock as well. I ended up test driving it, and after that, I got hooked. And that's pretty much like the only experience I had with race car beforehand.
So you clearly haven't had any experience driving on ice because driving on dirt can be very similar.
Yeah, no, I'm from a very tropical place, so ice is very new to me, or
Yeah.
sliding around is very new to me.
Right. And, in the track preparation, usually the early part of the evening, the track is really gooey and it's
Kind of
slick.
wet it up.
Wet it up. And then toward the end of the evening, it's all dried and got lots of ruts in it and all sorts of ugliness. And, that takes a real skill for a driver on a dirt track to be able to adjust through the racing
In a
It's
front-wheel
a track.
drive car.
in a front-wheel drive car.
Track heat up.
So how much progress did you make this season?
Well, this was actually the last race of the season, and to be honest, for my first time, I did okay. I passed one person, and I wasn't last. I didn't crash the car.
There you
Then
go.
you crashed the car?
So you'd qualify for the Lemons race this weekend.
Yes, we had another guest on earlier talking about the 24-hour Lemons race that's going on down at Motorsports Resort down in Angleton right now. So at any rate, that's another story. But I will tell you that I'm impressed. So tell us about your instructor, Mr. Couch.
Well, I actually just joined his class this year. I'm a transfer student, and it's been really a change of pace for me because I'm very back in my old AutoTech classes. This is not the first AutoTech program I've taken. We didn't do any sorts of engine machining or engine work at all, and it was just service, brake job, oil changes, and replace this, replace that. Like nothing wrong against that. It was actually a pretty good class. I liked it. I had some really good classmates, and we were all very productive. But in Couch's class, I really feel like I've learned more in depth about how an engine works, like down to the minimal details, like how much this can affect that,
Yeah, the technical aspect of the engine as opposed to just the outward appearance of it.
What about you, Wyatt? What can you contribute to that?
Well, I've been in
you're
there
the
only
pit crew
for 2
guy.
years. Yeah. And, I've learned a lot about, like, basically how to do anything to a car at this point. The only thing we haven't torn down a car completely, but I can do just about anything with Couch there to help. And, he doesn't just, like, leave you. He'll like tell you what to do, and then you do it. And then, if you mess up, he'll be there. He doesn't just, leave you to mess up. And, no matter how much you want to choke him out, he's a really good help.
That happens very often.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Well, so my question, I guess, is that we've got to kind of wrap this up.
Yeah.
But do you have any females in this class?
Yeah, I think we have like 4.
Wow, that's good. And
Yeah.
how do they rate among all of the class members? How many members in the class?
Each class is about 15 to 18.
Okay.
And the girls run with the boys. They hold their own. Some girls do more of the service rider side of things, which is just as important.
Absolutely.
For me.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to step away from that to monitor shop operations.
So-
Well, plus the service rider is the communication between the customer and the technician,
Yeah,
and
the
that's a
front door.
critical part of what happens
Right.
is making sure that communication is effective so that the technician can properly diagnose and repair the vehicle.
So 15 to 18
Right.
students in a class, has that increased over the past years, or is this the first year? How is that affecting the school?
No, the class cap is usually about 18 in a CTE class with a lab element or a lab component. And so if you had more than 18, it would be really hard to keep track of everyone. So it's good that we keep the class sizes small. I teach 4 classes a day. The auto basics class is the principals class. It's much larger, usually around 25 to 30. But the longer classes, the classes where we're putting hands on stuff, are smaller, and that's good. It's good because it gives me time to get to everybody and talk them through things, and it also gives me room in the shop to keep them busy. You got to have enough projects in the shop to keep all 18 kids busy, and that can be difficult because, like a real shop, there are slow days, and then there are days when you're really busy. So, just sort of balancing that can be a challenge sometimes.
So are you getting any support from local dealers?
No, not yet. The most supportive people, believe it or not, in this whole thing have been Jason Christensen, Joey Smith, Tasha Smith, Jesse, all the owners at 105 Speedway. They've been very gracious and given us a lot of leeway.
Nice.
This all started as me pitching the idea of having my high school AutoTech kids go out there and be pit crews for other race teams. And then Jason Christensen kind of picked us up and put us in a race car. And so we've raced one race with that race car. And like Guillermo said, he did a very good job. He was very consistent. Every lap was 19 point something seconds. So all within that 1 second pace. The leader was running about a 17.3, so we were about 2 seconds off the pace of the leader per lap, but his lap times were very consistent. He ran a good groove on the racetrack. He really showed like he knew what he was doing. He did, like he said, he didn't hit anybody. The car survived the race. He didn't hit a wall. So all good news there. And then there's only one way to go from here. We'll only get faster.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, pretty good.
So you're wrapping up this semester. How are things looking to take the Christmas break?
So now's time for research and development. We've got one test and tune coming up right before the Texas Grand, the last race of the season. They haven't released the schedule yet that I've seen anyway, so I don't know if mini stock is on that or not. If mini stock is on the list, we will definitely be in that race. If we're not, then there are a few practice days in February usually, and then there's a practice day before the Texas Grand. We'll be out there doing some test and tune and then research and development on the car to get it faster.
Now, do you guys have your own web page, Facebook page, something like that we can keep up with your class?
We do. I need to figure out how to link you guys to that, but yes, we do.
Okay. Well, would you send it to Mars or send it to Conrad? Could you do that for us?
sure.
Because we'd love
Yeah.
to keep up with you guys. I mean,
I think it'd be fun.
yeah, it would be fun, and we don't have any really high school classes like y'all's that we would really love to connect with, because it seems like a very well-rounded program, and we want to stay in touch and wish you guys the best of luck.
Well, thank you.
Yep. And gentlemen, good luck in your senior year, and have fun with it, because it only comes around once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
You bet.
And if you're looking for something to do this afternoon, get out to Bull Salas Park. Northside Mustang is having their meet out there. Wanted to give them a shout out as well.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, it's always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And if we don't talk to you beforehand, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you guys out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Always
Guillermo,
a pleasure.
Wyatt.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You guys take care. All right. Jonathan Couch,
Fun.
Couch Racing, and New Caney High School race team.
Okay.
Automotive class. Gosh, I would have had that in high school.
I took home ec.
I did too.
Yeah,
I actually
it's fun.
majored
Yeah.
in home ec.
Yep.
I took 3 semesters and majored
That
in home ec.
explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
I had auto shop. We did auto shop, did a little welding, did all things automotive, kind of gave me my opportunity to get.
Well, the metal shop guy was a total jerk and had nothing to do with cars. And he, first thing out of his mouth at the beginning of the class, we'll have nothing to do with cars in this class. It's all about metal and metal shop.
Our middle school had wood shop, but by the time we got to high school, you either grow cows and pigs, or that was it.
Well, we
Out
had
of wood?
we had wood shop. We had drafting, which I love drafting, and then we
We
had
did have
home
drafting.
economics.
Yeah.
We had to sew our own aprons for shop class.
We weren't allowed to take
They'd wear
home
aprons, you know,
economics.
the-
They wouldn't let the boys in.
Oh, yeah.
The sewing class, there was no boys in that.
Oh.
I wasn't involved in
Oh
that.
yeah,
Mine was strictly
no, it was all
cooking.
boys, because you could not take the wood class unless you had an apron, and to do that, you had to go into home economics and make your apron,
Huh.
sew it, and all that. Oh yeah,
Well, that's certainly
very
different.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. How about you? Did you sew your own apron?
No, I started in
He's sewing
in
oats.
automotive. The problem with automotive is, my experience welding burnt lots of holes in my clothes.
Oh yeah,
Because I always welded a little
pops.
too hot and it go pop, and and you get all this little molten metal holes.
It was either that or
In
the
your
ashes
clothes.
from the whatever you were smoking at the time.
Yep.
those are seeds.
Seed pop,
Yeah.
twigs and stems.
That's it.
Ditchweed.
All right, time now for some of the stories making
Oh, I
automotive
thought we were
news
going to break.
headlines.
I'm sorry. Oh, I was prepared. For a break.
Do we need to do that?
Well, we
already?
had one at 49.
No, 46.
46. We didn't take.
We missed it.
We didn't.
We're watching the clock, Don.
Well, okay. Well, then let's take a break, shall we?
Sure.
God, you guys are such.
So I got 49.
You're the
on
one
my
who
list.
put the note up
The
there.
46 is wrong on that. It's 49.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Do it.
Okay. Well, which one do you want to start with?
We're going to do with tailpipes and tacos and an RDC.
Okay. Well, we're going to take this break, and I'm going to figure out what I'm doing alive. Stand by.
Tailpipes and Tacos is back. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, and it's an extra special one. Bring your hot rod classic or modern classic to compete for one of the famous chili pepper trophies and get a free breakfast taco. Just make a donation of any size to God's Garage and Loopy's will match it. You'll be helping single mothers who need a set of wheels. It's been almost a year in the making, so you won't want to miss Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, donate what you want to God's Garage, and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy at 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. It's car show season, and what better way to kick it off than a free taco and camaraderie at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Proceeds benefit God's Garage.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance has the absolute best price that you will find on GM parts plus transmissions and engines. Over $25 million in parts and powertrain inventory and customer service that will be not matched by anyone in the country. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance, whether you are a drag racer, an oval track racer, a hot rodder, it matters not. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance will have the best price in the country, the best customer service, and the best delivery times that you will find on your GM parts. It can be on your dock, at your front door in a matter of days. It's Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, GM Performance, and customer service to boot. Contact our Texas team, Gina Scheil Knowles at 713-907-0906 or Rodney Rodriguez at 512-300-4445. You will not find better service or better inventory in the country. Rogers Dabbs and GM Performance.
Thank you, Rodney. Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Some of the stories making automotive news headlines. EV sales growth is stalled. This month, General Motors delayed EV pickup production, and Honda canceled a deal to build affordable EVs with GM. Ford said it's pushing back $12 billion in EV spending, reducing Mustang Mach-E production, and delaying one of two planned battery plants. EV-only maker Tesla saw its revenue growth fall in the third quarter to its slowest pace in more than 3 years. Mercedes-Benz dealers complaining about slow-selling EVs piling up on their lots. It took 82 days on average to sell the battery-powered EQ models in September, according to Edmunds data. Industry-wide last month, dealers had 97 days supply of EVs, excluding Tesla and Rivian, compared with 57 days for internal combustion engine vehicles, according to Cox Automotive. Battery electric vehicles made up 7.7% of U.S. light vehicle sales in September, down from 7.8% in August, according to S&P Global Mobility. Early estimates show share declining again to 7.5% in October. U.S. new vehicle light sales forecast to rise 3 to 4% in October. So you can see there's
a lot of resistance to buying EVs.
Yeah. Well, I think that people are discovering the fact that charging is an absolute nightmare.
It's a good second car, but it shouldn't be your primary.
Correct.
Yeah, we've got trying to schedule a guest going to talk about a report that was done and explains the three reasons for that everybody, and all three reasons everybody wants to ignore.
Slowing demand for EV has prompted GM and Ford to postpone billions of dollars in investments as the automakers decide they don't yet need additional production capacity. There's that. And here's an interesting story. Uber and Lyft will pay a combined $328 million to settle New York Attorney General's claims that the ride-sharing companies systematically cheated drivers out of pay and benefits. Attorney General Letitia James said Uber will pay $290 million and Lyft will pay $38 million to resolve her office's multi-year investigation into the companies, calling it the largest wage theft settlement in her office's history. Yikes. Uber and Lyft have long defended against claims nationwide that they shortchange drivers, many of whom are immigrants, out of pay and benefits, including refusing to classify them as employees. The payments equal a little under 1% of Uber's and Lyft's annual revenue, however. James' probe arose from concerns from the New York Taxi Workers Alliance, which says it represents about 21,000 yellow taxi, green cab, and app-based livery and corporate car drivers. Under the settlements, drivers outside New York City will receive a minimum $26 per hour during rides and for sick leave, adjusted annually for inflation. So
wow.
And that's just for New York, so you know that that's going to go nationwide. All right, time now for a quick break here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We are back right after this.
Hey, Houston! America's greatest hot rod tradition is back! Thanksgiving weekend! The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama! At the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, and performance cars. The ultimate lowrider showcase. Sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics. See Lone Star Throwdowns, Texas-sized truck spread. And don't miss the traditional rod and custom section. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, see wild, high-flying freestyle motocross stunt shows. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend on the celebrity stage presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration. Friday, meet AEW Tag Team Superstars, the Lucha Bros. Saturday, it's Noel G, Hector from the Fast and Furious. Sunday, it's Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 23rd through 26th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
Houston's finest cars are invited to another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, and you're invited too. Show off your personal pride and joy, or just stop in to see the likes of Lucid, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and more. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It all takes place Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with other car enthusiasts. From BMWs to Bentleys, Corvettes to McLarens, the Car Social is a different kind of show. Talk to the owners. See Gulf Coast Auto Shield's facility. You'll be amazed. Put it on your calendar now. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.